Did the old prophets actually meet angels on top of mountains? Or were they highly intelligent beings from a galaxy far, far away? Today, we're taking a look at 3 well-known sightings of UFOs. Because let's face it, we're not alone, and the evidence is everywhere.
In this video, we'll be exploring the question, will humans evolve to become aliens in the future? Humanity has advanced greatly in terms of technology and exploring the universe. We've probed the depths of space and also uncovered many secrets in our bodies. As we advance further, is it possible we'll evolve drastically? We could change in a way that makes us no longer human. Perhaps, instead of discovering aliens, we'll become aliens instead. If you're curious to know more, let's get into the video. Ever since America first put a man on the moon in 1969, the space race has only intensified. Nowadays, there are even proposals to set up colonies on Mars. Some of the biggest names in science and technology have spoken about this topic. This includes the late physicist Stephen Hawking and SpaceX CEO Elon Musk. They believe populating other planets would help ensure our species' survival. Earth could be rendered uninhabitable by some unexpected disaster. Having multiple colonies would help in that regard. To quote Musk, "The future of humanity is going to bifurcate in one of 2 directions. Either we're going to become a multi-planet species and a spacefaring civilization, or we're going to be stuck on one planet until some eventual extinction event." But if we colonize other planets, how would that affect human evolution? Experts believe that a long period of isolation on other planets, especially Mars, could cause the bodies of colonists to change. Some experts also believe the colonists could evolve into a new species over a long period. In other words, becoming a multi-planet species might lead us to become multiple species. This happens to animals and plants isolated on islands. For example, Darwin's finches. They were isolated from the rest of their species on the mainland. Because of that, the finches evolved differently. While evolution on Earth takes thousands of years, the harsh Martian conditions could accelerate this process. In a few hundred generations, 6,000 years or so, a new type of human might emerge. The absence of microbial life on Mars might play a role. Without good or bad bacteria present, our immune systems would be weakened. Colonists would lose the ability to fight off infections. This would encourage minimizing contact, including sexual contact, with Earthlings, and increase the rate of evolution. Aside from that, gravity might also affect our evolution. Martian gravity is only 38% of Earth's gravity. To counteract the reduced gravity, our bones would grow heavier and thicker. This would affect appearances. An example of a human subspecies with thick bones is the extinct Paranthropus boise. Experts also speculate that Mars colonists will have larger heads. The higher risk of fractures during childbirth could lead to pregnant colonists opting for cesareans. More cesarean operations mean a higher percentage of larger-headed babies. This compounds over time and affects the gene pool. Aside from beefy bones and big heads, scientists also believe our eyes will change. Mars is much farther from the sun than the Earth is. This extra distance and the lower levels of sunlight on Mars could lead to bigger eyes that take in more light. This might also affect skin pigmentation. Some experts believe Mars colonists will be very pale due to the reduced light levels. Others claim that the thin Martian atmosphere will make us darker instead. Mars has no protective magnetic field. Colonists would be exposed to high levels of cancer-causing radiation, even if they spend most of their lives indoors. Pigmentation helps block the effects of radiation. The deeper the color, the better the protection. Even if colonizing Mars doesn't work out, humanity is likely to change significantly on Earth too. Multiple experiments have been conducted on adding and removing genes in animals. The functions of these genes range from preventing cancer to regenerating limbs. Human gene editing is slowly becoming a possibility too. Via CRISPR, scientists hope to be able to edit the human genome and turn off harmful genes, or add helpful ones. For now, CRISPR's usage is limited to treating genetic disorders, but we may eventually be able to design the perfect human. We may become more than human. With genes taken from other animals or plants, it becomes possible to transcend the limits of humanity. At some point, we may no longer be Homo sapiens. Genetic engineering allows for the possibility of specific human subspecies. Each will be designed for different jobs. This topic is covered in the speculative evolution books Man After Man and All Tomorrows. In those books, we can see multiple post-human bioengineered species. Imagine a giant ape or a turtle, but with modified human features and genes. The books may be more speculation than hard science, but they're an interesting thought experiment regardless. And of course, there's still the natural course of evolution due to environmental factors. Climate change is wrecking our planet at an alarming rate. Floods, storms, and other natural disasters are becoming increasingly common. All these may eventually affect our evolution. Maybe we'll develop bigger nostrils and lungs to adapt to life at higher altitudes. Or maybe we'll somehow coexist with floods and adapt to extended periods underwater. These are mutations that already exist in human populations, but if climate change is severe enough, the survivors may interbreed and pass those mutations on to humanity as a whole. The daily routine of office work could also force us to evolve. As we sit at our desks all day, our backs become hunched and hands form into clawed shapes. Our eyes also adjust to blue light from computer screens. While those are usually temporary conditions, future humans may all have those mutations. If the future is nothing but office work, perhaps we'll need them to survive. At some point, we won't even look like humans, more like goblins or weird elves. It's safe to say humans will evolve drastically as time passes, whether through gene modification, space travel, or adapting to climate change. Maybe we'll resemble all those strange aliens we've supposedly encountered. Maybe the aliens are us, but sent back in time. Make sure to comment below on what your thoughts are, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching the video. Be sure to tune in next week.